we are off to Miami. Can't wait to see my wife. Been a week, miss her very much, so I'm coming home. Good week, profitable week at Run Up Reno, so we're off. And then it'll be the WPT Hardrock as well as the 10 mil in Montreal Playground Poker. So, all right guys, we'll see you soon. We're gonna see you soon. Arrived, South Tower, Hardrock, 216. I like these rooms a little bit better than the other tower, even though it's a little further from the poker room. I mean, whatever, it's a minute. But nice open space here, good workspace. Gonna get a lot done when we're not playing. And actually, this tower, the big score I had was first 100K buy-in, cash third. At the Alpha 8, we got it in 2 pair, 9-10 versus King 5 of Hearts on the Ace 9-10 flop versus JC Tran. Would have knocked him out and been chip leader. Instead, he won. We were short. We finished third. It's our largest cash ever, 426,000, I believe, somewhere 416, 4 something. I don't remember actually. 400-something-thousand. Our biggest score ever was here at the Hardrock. We had another 10th in at 3,500, biggest WPT ever, about 17 or 1,800 entries. So we've had some good runs at the Hardrock, ready for this main event, and I am feeling inspired. I'm feeling great. I'm ready to go down and get right in. This is the tower. I remember getting that cash, counting it out, flying out with Bill Perkins. That was a lot of fun. The 100K buy-in in 2013 or 2014, I can't remember. I gotta look at the Hen and Mob stuff, but Hardrock, here we go. Big events, let's get it done. Poker Flow Show, we're out. All right, day 1A, Hardrock, 3,500 WPT main event, and we are gonna start pretty early today. Busted 2 bullets in the 2200 yesterday turbo. The Ace King to Jack 9 suited, raised, guys shoved for 20 bigs, pretty dirty. Beat our Ace King. Rebought, fought, got down 25, was 25 left, and we got it in with Ace Queen suited under the gun, 6-handed. It was 8-handed tournament, but there were 6 at our table, and our opponent in the big blind woke up with kings, King Jack flop, King Jack 5 all hearts. Neither of us had a heart, so I needed a 10. Wasn't to be, busted, just short of the money, pretty annoying. It was fast, fun tournament, 22 cashed, 3,400 for a min cash, 84K up top, and we ended up in 25th, didn't cash, so 3,500 main, day 1A today. Let's go build a stack. We'll see you down, and I'll do some updates. They're a little strict on the cameras, but we'll see what happens. We'll see you there. So this is the current Hardrock where we're at right now, pool area and hotel. It's where we're literally in the lobby here, and you can see how much they're adding. Huge new tower, beautiful new pool, gonna be pretty incredible. Gonna have huge poker events, likely the nicest room in America it'll be. So this is all brand new coming right here. All right, let's go, let's get in this day 1A of the main event. I'm predicting a bag of 140,000. That's what we're gonna go for. Can we do it? Let's do it. Mr. B, let's do it. Alright, this is the guy. Mr. B just took second in a nice tournament here. The legend, Bob Bunara. We're registering from the main. That's the winning ticket coming in. One of us is going to get it done right here. You or me? Who's going to do it? Yeah, we've done it before. We filed it before. We're going to do it again. Mr. Belize in the house. See you guys in the main. All right, up to 37K. Flopped the nuts against Bob Bunara, Mr. B with Ace 10 of Hearts. He had Jack of Hearts on a high 3-heart flop, 7 high. It was a raise, re-raise. He re-raised, I re-raised. I thought he flopped a flush as well, honestly. He folded, ended up folding jacks. He put 5,200 in, and then I made it 95 and he folded. We got a tough table, Lonnie Harwood, Joe Cuther. I mean, late reg table, it's ridiculously tough. So we have queen five of diamonds. Player and the cutoff opens to 600. Blinds are 100, 200, quarter ante. Make it 1,700. Queen five of diamonds on the button. He calls. Flop is 349 diamond diamonds. Great flop for us. He checks. We bet 2,100 into the pot of about 4K. So half pot. He raises us to 5,200. We decide to call here, and then the turn comes a 9. So now the board is 8-3-4 diamond diamonds. Heart turn 9 of clubs. He leads for 6,500, and I decide here, you know what? I have about 21K behind. Decide to fire it in. Basically, I made it 16-5. He tanked for like 2 minutes. Finally released his hand. He said if he didn't have a diamond in his hand, he would have gone with it. But big pop for us there. We chip up to 40K, and we had queen five of diamonds on the 9-8-3-4 2 diamond board. Good pop for us. You know, we could have got there obviously, but queen high certainly wasn't the best hand. And big pop for us. So 40K, tough table. Lonnie Harwood has joined. We got Athanasios. Not even gonna try to pronounce his last name, but super pro heavy table. Late reg, getting punished a bit, and Bob Bunara again is there. Really, everyone's a pro except for one player. So we'll keep you guys updated at the break. 40K main event 1A, first bullet. Let's go. All right, we just had dinner with Christian Harder, very good friend of ours, a long time ago. In here, Mr. Eddie's spot getting to work on as well. Gonna just do some arms, get a quick pump, got another 20 minutes, and I didn't get to get in the gym earlier today. Wanted to start on time, skipped a couple of things of the routine, but we got 18K. Lost ace queen of diamonds. I opened 800 at 153. Cutoff button flatted, small blind flatted. Lonnie Harwood shoved 6,800. Out of the big blind, I called. She had ace queen off also. Flop came 2 hearts, 1 diamond. So we both had needed runner runner flush to make a flush. It was all in pre. And she did run the hard heart, so that hurt us. That took us down to about 20. Let's see what else. Oh, and the big hand we lost was a nut flush. We had king queen of spades. This was actually before that. We were up to 40. I told you about the queen five of diamonds hand. So the one that we then lost was player limps for 300. Lonnie Harwood makes it 1,000. He was under the gun. She was under the gun +1. I call king queen suited out of the small blind. Go to a flop, ace 7-3, spade spade. I have the nut flush draw. Ace high was this, ace of spades was out there. So I check, player checks, Lonnie bets 1,500. I call, player check raises the original limper to 4,600. He's basically repping 7s or 3s in this spot. So I mean, I'm drawing the nut flush draw. He also could have jack 10 of spades, 8-9 of spades, something like that. Hand's too strong to fold. I call, turn 6 of spades would make the nuts. You know, I could do a couple different things here. I decided to check. I just think he's gonna have some lower flushes that he may be able to bet and not be able to fold. And in case the board's pair on the river, and depending what he does on the turn, I'm gonna proceed to either check raise or just call. He checked behind. So we go to a river and the board does pair the ace. So it's a really bad card for our hand though. He's basically, we lose the 7s and 3s. You know, when he checks back, he could have some weak flush draws that he's like a little worried I could have a bigger flush draw that he checks the turn, also for some strength. But I decided to check the river. He bets 8,000 until let's see 92, 10 to like 13K, and just he and Haw and say, do you have 7s or 3s? I call. He had 7s, and that was a big pop for us. So that got us down around 26, 25 from being at 14. And then of course I mentioned the Lonnie Harwood ace queen of diamonds, and we busted the 2K turbo on the bubble all on ace queen. That hand hurt too. So here's where we're at. We got 20K and a little below 20K dinner break. So we're getting a workout in over here, doing the arms, and we're at the Hard Rock gym. So dinner break, 18K, first bullet. Good luck us. Let's flow. Get the gun show out, baby. Getting the biceps in today. I'll see you in a little bit. We We are on the break, and I have 54K. We just made a nice bluff. I'm gonna have to remember that because we're back in 30 seconds. But I have a nice little stack, new table. I like it a lot better, and I don't know, emotional day. See if we can get through on this bullet. It's a healthy stack. Bag it up. 142, 400.
Joe Bird.
That's our table we played at. Grayson, big 9-8 hand. There's Mr. Mercier. Natasha. Scott Clements. 35, 137, 139. Let's take a look at the official end of the day tally. 252 from 646 left. So some hands. Let's talk it through. Bagged 145,200. We're in a great spot. Day 2, day off tomorrow. This was day 1A. We busted with the King 10 of hearts. We got it all in on our first bullet. We were fighting Lalani Harwood, Ace Queen of diamonds versus Ace Queen. We got it in pre-flop. Runner flushed us. Standard, nothing we can do. Sucks to lose in that spot. That was for like 6 to 800. We lost the King Queen of spades we talked about, where we had the nut flush on the turn. Board pair in the river, we just check called. I even said you have 7s or 3s. I can't really fold a nut flush, but it did feel like we were beat. That was annoying. And then the final hand that we busted was, I opened King 10 of hearts under the gun. It was call, and the big blind called. Flop, Ace of hearts, 5 of hearts, 4. Multi-way, a little dicey, we're drawing the nuts. I decided to not lead out, I check. Goes check, button bets, small blind jams, or the big blind jams. And I mean, I have a nut flush draw, it's a rebuy, it's a 3,500, playing for huge money. I'm drawing to the nuts. Honestly, he could have had like 6, 7 of hearts, 6, 8 of hearts. He could have had some kind of combo draw. I decided, you know what, let me take a shot here, try to win a big pot. And our table was sort of tough. I decided, you know what, I'll take a shot and see if we can draw to the nuts here. Other play, Athanasios, very good player. Won a bracelet, bunch of stuff. You guys know who that is if you play poker. He snap calls like shit. There's a set. He actually, the guy who check raised all in out of the big blind, had the ace 5. So set of 5s in the top 2 on an ace 5-4, and I have King 10 of hearts. So I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm drawing clean to the nuts, and they're all sharing each other's outs to improve. So sure enough, 4 on the turn, drawing dead now. My heart draw's no good. Player has 5s full of 4s. And that was that. Jack of hearts in the river, just to kind of rub it in. Salt in the wound would have had like 85K. Instead, we're out. It's like 30 minutes after dinner. So I decided, you know what? Still 3.5 levels of play. Let's get it in. We're playing well. We've been playing all day. Let's get in. If we, we'll gamble a little bit, and then if we need to, we will be able to play on day 2. We'll start again. I wasn't going to rebuy again if I busted tonight. Well, sure enough, chip up a little bit. I had one nice bluff with King 6 off, King 6 with the King of diamonds. I defended an aggressive player's open from the big blind. And the flop came Ace 5-4, diamond with the Ace of diamonds out. I checked, he bet 2,000, I called. I thought in this spot I could actually be beating a lot of his broadways, queen high, jack highs, 10 highs. This player was opening a lot, had a lot of chips. So I call, and also had the intention of bluffing a diamond. The turn was the 8 of spades, bringing a backdoor flush draw, so now it's 8-5-4. Diamond with 1 spade, now the turn 8 of spades. I check, he bets 5,700. I still kind of thought I was good here. I just thought like I could still have the best hand, he could just be bluffing. And I was like an intention again to bluff a diamond river, and I could just have the best hand with king high. The river was a diamond, it was a 7 of diamonds. I'm sorry, no, it was a 9 of diamonds. Yeah, check call, and then the river 9 of diamonds, and I let 8K and he folded. This was decent pot for us, so that was big. That got us up to, let's see, we were up to like 53K at the break, and then about 10 minutes after the break I get pocket 8s. I opened to 1,800, blinds are 4,800. Player flats, and then player out of the big blinds makes it 5,800. So it was another 4K for me to call, and I decided to peel. The button peels, the same player who just bluffed on the river. It was a little bit aggressive out of line. My hand's 8s, I'm set mining, it's pretty simple. Board comes king, queen 8, Yahtzee. We flop bottom set,
It is a 3-bet pot. Player leads out 7,200. I decided to raise to 21-3. Other player snap folds. Guy thinks for a little bit and just shoves all in. The player who squeezed out of the big blind shoves all in. I mean, I'm calling. You could have aces, you could have ace king, you can have draws. So he turns over jack 10 off. He was bluffing pre-flop, flopped open-ended, bet, and then decided to go with it. So I called the extra 30,000, and we were off to the races. Set versus open-ended straight draw. Turn 10 of clubs, so the flush would have got home. But he paired on the turn. Didn't matter. He needed an ace or a 9, and the river was a 3. Offsuit 3. Boom. Clean. Big pot. Got over 100K. So, nice start. We're at like 105K. We went ahead hand against Grayson Ramage with jacks to his 9s. He opened. We flatted the button. Flop came king 3-5. 2 hearts. We had jacks, no heart. There was a player in the big blind called, so it was check. Grayson decided continuation for 2,500. Pretty small into a pot of about 7K. I call. The turn was a 8, non-flush 8. He checks. I bet 3,900. I think I can have the best hand here. Also, I want to deny equity some of the hands that he was just bluffing with on the flop. He decides to call, and the river was a deuce. He checks. I decided to check back. Don't think I'm getting called by worse, and he had 9, so that was nice. Chip up again. Couple small pots, and here's the 2 most interesting hands of the day. We have 8-9 suited. We've been very quiet. We're up to like 130K right now, so we're cruising. I mean, we're just cruising. Blinds are 4-8, 5-1 now, the last level of night. Grayson opens to 2,200. I had 3-bet 6-5 or 8-9 suited to 6,500. He was middle possession. I was cut off. Everyone folds. He calls. Flops king, queen, 9, 2 clubs with 8-9 of spades. Not a really good flop, right? Like, what are the hands? I mean, we're beating like 6s, 7s that he's set mining with, but we're losing to a lot of those hands. Like, and also Jack 10 is just nutted. There's 2 clubs on board. We don't have a club. We don't have backdoor spades. I decided to just check here. I just want to pot control. Could kind of go either way. I think it's fine. And I just decided I don't want to like bet, get check raise, get in a weird spot. I do have a pair. I beat some hands, so I check. He checks. Turn is a 3 of clubs. He checks. I decided to check here again. I just think, like, again, he could have 6s, 7s, 5s. He's just given up on. There's ace, jack, ace, 10 suited he could have as well. Don't want to get check raised, and I'm just kind of happy how the pot's going, keeping it small. I stepped out a bit. Don't want to play a big pot. We got a nice stack. So check, check. River is a 9, so it's an offsuit 9. So now the board is king, queen, 9, 2 clubs, turn 3 of clubs, so the flush possible on the board. Checked all the way down, and then the river's a 9, so we make trips. And now he bets 23,000 into. I mean, what we're talking a 3-bet pre-flop to 65-13, about like 16K. So he overbets the river. I mean, he's capable with for sure like ace jack, ace 10 that miss, maybe 1 club. I don't know if he flats ace jack or ace 10 off for my 3-bet pre-flop. So those hands are kind of out. He could have jack 10 and play it really tricky. There are flushes obviously, and hands we lose to. So I decided, he and haw, and I say I call, and he had king jack of clubs. So he flopped top pair with the flush draw, turned the second up flush draw, checked all the way down, then got his big bet in the river. And I think he thinks we're a really tight player. So the fact that, we step out with the 8-9 suited to take a 3-bet line versus him, we're in position. I like the hand, and we end up pretty unlucky river, so we pay that off. So now, we lose 30K, around 100K. See, how did we lost? Yeah, we were down. Oh, and then I opened king queen of clubs. This is one more hand actually. Open king queen suited on the button at 2,500 at 501. On the cutoff, I opened king queen suited to 2,500. Scott Clements, very, very talented, also known as Big Risky online. Super good PLO player, mixed game, also very good tournament player. So I'm part of Team 3-Bet as well. On my left, on the button, he 3-bets me to 8,500. I mean, he hasn't stepped out on me. He hasn't re-raised my opens, but I got a big stack now. He has a big stack. There's like 5-10 minutes left in the night. I mean, listen, there's no friends at the poker table. He's definitely capable of some light 3-bets. He could have suited aces. He could have a wide variety of hands. My hand's too good to fold. I call. It comes ace, 6, 7, all hearts. I check. He bets 3K into like 22K. So I just fold, whatever. Annoying, I'm down to like 90-ish K, 85K. And here's the hand of the day. This is a sick hand. This is one of the more fun hands I've played. Gentleman wearing a hat. Looks like he could be from kind of Miami, Latin. The guy that just doesn't look like a super grinder pro. How he puts his chips in the pot. You could tell it's not his, it's a hobby. How they like say it's not a hobby, it's a hobby for him. And I hadn't played much with him. He came late, so he's only been there about an hour. He hasn't played a hand. Guy has not played a hand, okay? He opens to 3K at 500, 1,000. He has about 30, 40, he has like 50K. No, he's like 45K, because I had like 90. Yeah, 45K to start the hand. He opens at 3K. I decided I want to play with him. I have ace-7 of hearts. I normally like 3-bet this hand. I just decided, you know what, against him, I'm just going to flat. Things are starting to get a little away from me. I had 140K, 130K, now I have like, 90. I just call. Normally I would suggest to 3-bet this hand. I just call. Flop. Ace-10, 6. Ace-10, 6. Rainbow. He checks. I have ace-high. I flop top pair, so I'm thinking, I don't want to bet, get check raised. Like, he could have ace king, ace queen, play it this way, some other hands. I say, you know what, let's just, probably the best hand, maybe he does jacks, queens, kings. Let's just check back, pot control, okay. So, no problem. Ace-10, 6, check back, go to the turn. Turn, 8 of diamonds, brings a backdoor flush draw. I have ace-7 of hearts. We were good on the board. Ace-10, 6, rainbow, meaning all different suits. Turn, 8 of diamonds, so brings a possible flush draw, okay. Opponent checks again. I have ace-7 suited. I decide, you know what, if he has king, queen, queen, jack, those type of hands, jack 10 maybe it has a piece. I want to protect my hand a little bit, so I bet 4,500. Throwing a 5K chip, 4,500. He snap check raises me to 15K. I'm just like, man, what is going on? Like, I could even have checked back that turn, Like, I could have just checked back that turn. Again, similar to the flop, but I just don't think he has it in to check twice with like ace king or set of 10s or aces. Maybe a set of aces, but I have an ace. So I'm like, what is he repping? I don't love it, but I call. He's got like 31-8 exactly behind, okay? And it's relevant because sure enough, I call. And then on the river is a 4 brick. No diamond, 4 on the river. So I did have a gut shot on the turn for what it's worth. Along with my ace. So it's not just like I'm trying to hit a 7. Like, I think I could be good. He could have like some other hands he turns into bluffs. So the guy then shoves 31,800 on the river. If I call, I have 40K. I just had 130K. I put out an Instagram post talking about what a great day, how things are going. Now I could be with like literally 3 minutes left in the night down to 40K. That would be mentally debilitating. So, you know what? I tank forever. I literally can't decide what to do. I start chatting to him. He's got the boat, like the hat on. He looks like a businessman. He looks like he's got all the money, whatever, Like, he just looks like a fun-ish player. So, good playing, man.
Yeah, nice playing.
I was just talking about the ace-7 hand. I need a witness.
For the club?
Yeah.
Hey,
No, the one with the hearts where I called the guy with kings. Will you call? Actually, come over, come over for a second, man. This guy played well today, and I want to witness for this hand because this is a great hand. What's your name?
This man played it very well.
What's your name?
Mario De La Ponte.
Jeff. Mario. Well, Mario had a big. What'd you bag up?
43.2.
Okay, so you had a big stack. You were playing in a lot of pots, mixing it up. But I was telling about the ace-7 of hearts. You had ace-9 that hand?
I had ace-9 that I folded to a 3-bet from.
No, it was no. It was an open for. He opened for 3K. I flatted.
You flatted, and I folded on the button with ace-9 offsuit.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, you can't really.
I got ace-9 offsuit.
Yeah, with the raise. That guy hadn't played a hand yet, right? He hadn't played a hand.
He was playing really tight.
Super tight.
Very tight.
So I was just saying. So we got to the river. I was saying how he bet 3K pre. I just called. I normally would 3-bet that hand. I just call, and then the flop came ace-10, 6, right? Ace-10, 6.
Yes, it was ace-10,
Rainbow.
6 with a
Rainbow. So he checked, I checked, turn 8 of diamonds, brings a backdoor flush draw.
Is it ace-10, 6 or ace-6, 8 or something? Ace-10,
It's ace-10, 6.
He ended up coming out at 10.
6, because the turn was 8 of diamonds. It brought a possible, queen jack would have been a double gutted. But yeah,
right.
8 of diamonds on the turn. He checked again. I bet 4,500. He check raised to 15K. I hate it. I call. And then on the river was a 4 of spades, total brick, and he piled all in for
jammed
31-8, and I was like sick about it. But and I said to him, I looked for a while. You called clock on me, which was deserved. I took a while.
The guy was talking about his legs hitting, being too close to mine underneath the table, all that table space. I was just trying to get it over.
He had a boat. He had like a hat. He looked kind of recreational, like fun. And I said, sir, you look like you have a boat. And I was like, you look capable of bluffing, whatever. You got the money. And then I finally, they counted down to 5 seconds and called. So I had ace-7 hearts, and he turned over 2 kings, which is kind of gangster hand to do it with, because it's like hard for me to have ace-king, or what am I going to call with?
Yeah, if you were calling all the way that, unless either he put you on a flush draw and you missed and he wins anyways.
Right.
I didn't really.
Yeah,
like
that's
the
what I'm
shove.
saying. Well, he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. He was like sort
it
of
was an excellent call.
It was a
and,
fun hand, but witness.
if I
And you
sit in,
called
I
clock.
would've
5 seconds left. All right, Mario. Good luck. Good. See you on day 2.
See you later.
All right. Well, there we go. That's perfect. He was at our table, and that was actually the kid we bluffed with the king 6 on that board I told you with the ace high. Anyway, so there you go. As he was leaving, there's no one in the room. He was just on his way out, and I saw him as we're telling a pretty fun hand. And Neil Blumman, I'm gonna mess his name up, from the WSP November 9. I played with him on our right. He busted actually second to last hand of the night. Really nice guy. Neil Blumenfield. We had a good time chatting, but he loved it. I was saying, yo, you got a boat. I was like, sir, you have a boat, don't you? And like, there was no boat on the board, on this board. And he's looking at the board like, what do you? And then I was like, no, like, you own a boat. And then I finally called, and he had kings, and he looked dumbfounded, and there we go, 140K. This turned into a long recap. We're heading out. We're gonna get a good rest. Day off tomorrow. We're gonna study, raise your edge, do our homework, lock it in, get relaxed. This is fun. 652 people started. I think there's like 250 left or something. We're in a great spot. We'll see you on day 2. World Poker Tour, $3,500 buy-in, $3 million guaranteed. They're gonna shatter that. We're going to Cabo Tuesday. We may push our flight back. If we bag chips on day 3 and go to 4, we will move our flight. Silver Bagel, I love you, Mr. Silverman. You know we were there for the 50th. That's our man Dave. We're going to Cabo with him, MP. Bunch of people down there. It's gonna be fun. But hey, I would love to win a WPT title and come a day later. How about that?